Being someone who has really slow reactions, I actually was mostly in shock. I haven't really been able to react because my brain hasn't really caught up with what I just heard when I heard that I won the competition. On the preparation, I'll first talk about the mental approach since the national stage actually took place around the exam finals. I think it's really important to maintain an inner calm against all the stress. It really helps to have a strong sense of priority and a good time management. For example, I actually made sure that the ratio of time spent studying for exams and the competition is segregated fairly. That depends on your priorities, of course. So for me, it was around 4 to 1, 4 for studying and 1 for the competition. And it also depends on the difficulty of the upcoming exams. About the study plan, I think there really isn't much, mostly because this competition favors accounting students. So since we studied taxation before, all that's left is reading up on the global changes in tax, especially on VATs. So on the reading material, I really have to thank Mr. Michael, my coach and lecturer. Not only did he send me articles he comes across, he's been a real motivator along the journey. I stayed motivated by focusing on one step at a time, which is especially crucial during the preparation period for both exams and the competition. In fact, I sort of took it as a break from my usual studies, which helps a lot with motivation. Competing is definitely a lot more fun than studying for ACCA papers like SBR. There are of course moments where I was just really overwhelmed with everything that's happening. Not only were there exams, I was also running a social project called Connect Ed that's donating laptops. So I was worried about getting bad grades, not being able to help, our B40 students get their laptops, and also worried about not having enough time to prepare for the competition as well. So again, it came down to time management. I had to sacrifice some leisure time and be purposeful about my tasks. So that means like not getting distracted and using the do not disturb mode on your devices. And I only had to have items related to the task at hand so that I don't get distracted and do something else while I was supposed to be, say, studying. For this competition, I think there are many takeaways actually, but foremost I would say in a competition setting to know what you don't know and showcase what you know. So that is to play to your individual strengths. So having been to networking sessions with EY professionals and hearing other participants speak, I discovered certain knowledge and expertise gaps between myself and other participants from all over the world. So in terms of competitions, I think it's good for students to take note of these gaps and then reassess your own unique capabilities and knowledge, and then really try to display your strengths to your judges. So what I benefited from most is actually one of their training sessions for virtual communications. I learned a lot about how to present myself on webcam and made many tweaks to my habits that, although may seem minor individually, but altogether it adds up to make a far more professional appearance. Before this, I was actually interested in pursuing management consulting or financial advisory. In fact, I'm still highly interested in consulting. But after the exposure to tax and the unexpected successes, I would likely be setting up my career journey in tax at one of the Big Four. To other students, actively utilize your time as a student and don't be afraid to try new things. It's like one of the best years to gain exposure and soft skills before heading out into the working world. You don't necessarily have to join competitions. You could do any extracurricular activity that you're interested in. For example, you could do volunteering, like Save the Turtles or Plant Some Trees. You could join programs too, like Axiata's ULDP or McKinsey's Youth Leadership Program. This is practically your last chance at trying out interesting things before heading out into the
cold working world.